Hi, Facebook.
Hi, Facebook. How's the intranet doing today? So thank you for joining us on our first live stream. Find It Cambridge is introducing a new initiative where we're going to go into the community and learn about what organizations and their awesome programmings that they offer in order for us to really just continue to build community partnerships. And today we are here with Sarah and David from Maven.
Hi.
Hello.
And so we're going to learn a little bit more about what they do and what Maven offers. And I'm telling you, they have some amazing equipment here. I'll have to come back and continue my DJing journey. I am an amateur DJ, but I just use an app and I just press buttons. But that's it. That's it.
Yeah.
Cool. So just to tell you guys a little bit about Find It Cambridge, it's an online initiative from the city of Cambridge that connects organizations, programs, and events to people in the community. So we want to make it much easier for people to connect and to attend and to get to know what's happening in the city of Cambridge. So if you guys can tell me a little bit about Maven,
Sure.
that's a good place to start.
So we started about 5 years ago now, and it is a exploration of the art of music and technology and how those two things interact and engage with each other. You know, it's a brand new world for music, as with a lot of things, and it's really exciting for music right now. I think with the things you can do with the programs that we have and the equipment that we have is kind of a revolution in the music business and industry and really the creation and the production of music. So we're trying to get that out to anyone that's interested.
Yeah.
And Sarah's our managing director, so she can tell you more about the kids programs, because the kids stuff is really cool.
Yeah. I mean, kids, they've grown up on technology, so it's very intuitive for them to interact with it. We just launched our Beats by Girls program for girls in Cambridge to come to use Ableton and the music production software, a scholarship-based program, which we're very excited about.
Things like this.
Yes. Pushing buttons, making music with technology, and they love it. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah, no, it sounds really awesome. Like a really awesome initiative to get young women more involved, not only in the music industry, but feeling comfortable with using old school technology.
Sure.
Right, in a sense.
And it's all based around musicianship and musicality, and I think there's an idea that technology is making musicians, not as essential, but it's exactly the opposite. So with the girls programs, with the youth programs, we find that kids get really excited about music, and that is the most rewarding thing about it is music is really fun and can be a great outlet for not just creativity but learning. Right? I mean, there's no end to the amount of examples where music and science are kind of go hand in hand, right? Yeah. So it's really a part of the STEAM effort too. Right. So putting arts into education comes from gizmos like this,
right?
And programs like Ableton.
Yeah, totally. I think music is such a creative outlet and an opportunity for individuals to really express themselves, right?
Yeah, sure.
And the fact that you are in the heart of Central Square, it's an opportunity to bring people together, and music is like that vehicle to breaking down barriers and walls and learning about some awesome equipment like this. So can we get an opportunity to just learn a little bit about what this sort of station is?
Yeah. Should we get a nice view?
Yeah.
So so we have 2 turntables, a mixer, and Serato. I don't know if you can see the software in there. But essentially, we teach
hard trance.
You can use digital software with what's called control vinyl. So this vinyl you have here doesn't have any music on it, but it has a control signal that can play your MP3s. So it still gives you the same feel of playing a turntable without having to carry around crates of records.
All the music's in the computer. But you're still using a turntable, so a lot of people look at this thing and don't know what it is, So we do teach the old school ways of scratching which I can't really do very well, and you know, old genres and forms of hip hop and dance music and, you know, everything that's musical comes from this cool computer here. And then the other room we have Ableton, which comes with synthesizers and drum machines and you know, new era instruments. But it's all, there's still keyboards and there's still, you know, knowing music is essential to engaging with this stuff. And even this program has like keys, you know, you've got to learn the Camelot wheel, and there's also a whole programming aspect to this as well. So things like Ableton have their own programming language, so you can actually code your own instrument in essentially, exactly. So it's pretty cool.
So I can tell that this isn't your regular vinyl. Can you tell me a little bit about why this is a different color than your regular vinyl?
Well, this is just kind of a special edition of the vinyl, but it doesn't have any music on it, as Sarah's pointed out. So when you bring the music down, you can hear, you may not be able to hear it on here, but there's a tone, a Serato music tone, and that's all that's on this vinyl. But the music comes from you.
And a fun fact, the reason...
This is pitched way up. All right.
Fun fact with the reason that Serato makes the control vinyl colored is because you no longer have to switch the records. So before, people would have really fun slip mats and that you would see under the turntables, but now you can have the vinyl fun colors.
And with the program, you can do things like go in reverse. You can do things like pitch it up, make it faster. You can loop the song. So if you've got, you know, if you're at the party and you got to use the bathroom or something, you could just loop it up and do your thing and come back. And so forth and so on. There's so much that this program can do. I'm not an instructor, so I couldn't show you the various amazing things that it does, but you can learn about it right here.
Should we show you the hallway and the other classroom?
Sure.
We have a giant light
We're
bright.
gonna get a VIP tour.
All right.
Take it away.
So we like to make it a creative, comfortable space for people. So
That's
we
a
have a bunch
beautiful space.
of bunch of unusual art. We also have a giant light bright here, which was made by Janger Awesome across the street.
Whoa.
We have some plants. And this is the production lab, so this is where we teach Ableton. This is Ableton up here. So this is the music production software that we teach. This is called an Ableton Push. The Ableton Push is basically a physical representation of the software and allows people to interact with the software more intuitively and more like an instrument than perhaps clicking around with the mouse. But yeah, Ableton is Ableton is essentially like a more advanced version of GarageBand. You can also perform live with it, which a lot of musicians like.
Yeah, so this is a kind of a perfect example of like a new era instrument. So think of this as a guitar times 10, times 100, and when you add the computing power, you can really make anything you want using this. Any type of sound, any type of beat, any type of, I mean, people have composed symphonies with Ableton. And then if you come over here, you'll see the instruments. So these are kind of some of the instruments we have. And this is our synthesis program, so you can learn to use these gizmos. And again, I wouldn't know how to do that, but you can learn from, you know, expert instructors on ways in which to manipulate your own music using these newfangled gizmos. And ultimately, I think everyone's going to be a musician. And so we are trying to get everybody up to speed on being a musician, and you can collaborate with other people, you can create music with other people. A lot of times people use these systems to collaborate and make music together, much in the way a band would, or much in the way a composer would use an orchestra. So
So when Kanye says, put that snare and that 808,
Yes.
This is what he's talking about.
That's not an 808.
That's not
but
an
you
808 beat,
could
but
load
you
up an
could.
808.
808 beat, yeah.
There
yeah.
is an 808
Yeah.
over there.
Yeah, and then we have a physical 808.
Nice.
So the unique thing about this guy is this is a push, and the people that created Ableton, the software, people that made the Ableton, made this. So this is their first ever kind of musical instrument. So it engages really well with the software, and it's really a game changer. This little guy was a game changer. If I knew how to use it, I would show you more.
But you can learn about it here at
You
Maven.
can, yeah. We've got instructors graduated from Berkeley and other musical schools. You know, they're high level musicians and gurus in some kind of form or fashion. So whatever you want to learn about this, they can teach you, because it does have so many different things it can do. It can be kind of intimidating. I'm intimidated by it, but you know, they're not, and they can show you what to do with it.
Yeah, and I think part of the learning process is your relationship with your instructor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So can you tell me a little bit about how your instructors connect with your students?
Well, I mean, our classes are really small. So, for example, the Beats by Girls program, there are only 6 students and there are 2 instructors. The rest of our courses are 7 students or less. So it gives the instructors an opportunity to work one-on-one with students. And students tend to come in at different levels in the programs. So they can really learn what they're interested in by asking a lot of questions and not being intimidated by a huge classroom environment.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And so your most popular programs are which ones?
Ableton has gotten more popular over the years. I think people are starting to learn what it can do, and people are getting more excited about it. Specifically, young people are very excited about Ableton and learning how to make their own music.
Yeah, a lot of young kids, you know, to them, EDM, or electronic dance music, as it's called, is the kind of their generation's rock and roll. So when you say a lot of times to young people, when you mention Ableton, their eyes kind of get excited, and their eyes light up, because they know what it is, and what it is the new is the new instrument. Really, it's kind of like what the electric guitar was. You know, it's like the cool thing that all the cool kids use to be cool. And I think what's happening is, as we teach more and more kids, they're going out into the community and being like, look what I can do, and all the other kids are like, that is cool, I want to do that.
Yeah,
You
who
know.
wouldn't want to do that?
Yeah,
A lot of times we have trouble with getting people to leave.
really.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I've had kids call their parents and say, I don't pick me up yet.
Yeah.
I don't know what school that is, but
Yeah, the Beats by Girls, we've had to kick them out the past couple of weeks.
Yeah.
time to go.
Yeah.
You know?
So how can people get in touch with you if they're interested?
They can email me, sarah@maven.com. Maven has 4 M's. Or you can call our number, which is 617-849-9321.
Or they can find you on Find It
Yes.
Cambridge.
Yes. Just start typing M. It's really
Yeah,
easy.
it's really easy. I know, I keep saying 4 M's. Fantastic. Well, thank you so much
Thank you.
Thank you.
for being a part of this first experience. And again, you can find M Maven on Find It Cambridge, or just search for them online. All right?
See you soon.
All right. Thanks so much.
Bye.
I appreciate it.
Later.